Today I am meeting with Julie. She is the mother of a 1-year-old infant, Andrew. Her husband cannot be currently with us because he is deployed in the Army. The deployment came as a huge shock to both of them. Julie had become very depressed because she was not able to deal with the emotions of the deployment and cope with that. And this was to the point that she was not able to care for herself nor her baby Andrew. So the supportive mother of Julie had to step in and take custody of the infant because both her and the infant were malnourished. So during this time, Andrew was in the custody of the mother. Since then, Julie has been able to clean up and accept the deployment and get the custody back of her infant, Andrew. We have done several sessions for the past month to work on this depression, and her husband is currently on his way back. He will be back in the next week, I believe it is. And we will be working with the family stages of the beginning couple, family with an infant, and we will be doing the evaluation ending stage / termination.
So last week we talked about this was going to be the last meeting that we would be having, the last session that we were going to be having. And I've been thinking about the work that we've been doing these last several months. You've covered a lot of ground and you've made changes in your feelings and in your emotions, in the way that you think about things and the way you approach the world and other people. And you've also made changes in your situations with bringing your son back and just accepting that your husband has been deployed and that now he's coming back, so that's a great burden off of you. As you think back over all of that we've been together and been through, what strikes you as the most significant or meaningful in our relationship?
Well, I guess
Goodness.
getting my relationship back with my mom was a big thing. Getting my son back and just working through everything. I guess those would be the most significant things, is just getting back on track, getting that happiness back that I'd lost. So that was that is the most significant thing, is being back to my normal happy self.
And when you came in, you were at your lowest, and now I feel that you are at your highest.
Yes, I agree. I would say actually that I'm better than what I was when I was even happy and stuff before the depression. I am better now than I was at that point.
Well, that's great. Can I ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, we've talked about the scaling questions before. Of course, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. What do you think would be today's scale?
Well, probably 8 or 9. There's just this hint of, I guess, I know he's coming back in a week, and there's excitement there, but it's like, I still have to wait that whole week,
It's that last stretch, that final ending. Yeah.
These days are just going so slow. So at this point, I would say closer to a 9, but right in that area.
Yeah. Of course, when he gets back, it'll be a 10.
It'll be a 12.
12.
Yeah.
Well, that is great to know. Another thing, if you was to be able to change one thing today, what would that be?
One thing to change. Well, I would change his deployment completely. I mean, I love what he does for our country. I love that, but it just devastated me at first, and that is the one thing that I would change. I wouldn't have wanted him to leave.
Yes. Or even having accepted that he was leaving before he just had to up and go. Having that warning.
Yes, that would have been okay. It would have been better. at least knowing beforehand instead of just saying, I'm going. And there, we didn't have anything to say about it.
Yeah. It was just a whole lifestyle change that you had to up and change to.
Yeah, exactly.
And not even less than a week, I believe it was.
Yeah, it was fast.
Yeah. Let's look at the evaluation data from our depression scale that we did. This is the one we did beforehand.
Okay.
A lot of it, you can tell, was
pretty negative.
Very negative.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell that you were greatly depressed, of course.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think, since our sessions have went through, that do you think you've bettered your outcome?
Oh, definitely. This is a totally different person here.
Okay.
Compared to who I was.
Well, we're actually going to do a mood scale for you today for a depression short form scale. I'm just going to ask you some questions. We're going to go through and see the similarities, the differences, all of that good stuff. Are you basically satisfied with your life?
Yes.
Yes. Have you dropped many of your activities or interests?
No.
No? You've probably picked up a few.
I have.
Do you feel that your life is empty?
No. Definitely not.
Do you often get bored?
No.
Of course not with him.
Exactly.
Are you in good spirits most of the time?
Yeah.
You seem like it today. So, are you afraid that something bad is going to happen to you?
No.
Do you feel happy most of the time?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you often feel helpless?
No.
No.
I got a good support group now, so.
And you have your mother and your husband's coming back, of course. Your group therapy is a big support.
Yes.
Let's get that for you. There you go. Do you prefer to stay at home rather than going out and doing new things?
I enjoy going out now.
You like going
I
out?
like staying home with the baby, but I do like to go out and do new things sometimes. It's kind of fun.
Do you feel, and then plus with your mother being able to
Watch
watch him.
Yeah. I can go out with my
She
friends.
doesn't mind. So, do you feel you have more problems with memory than most?
No.
No. Okay. Do you think it is wonderful to be alive now?
Yeah, I do.
Do you feel pretty worthless the way you are now?
No.
Do you feel full of energy?
Sometimes. I have this theory where I think children are they somehow take your energy from you. But other than that, yes, it's great.
That is completely understandable. Do you feel that your situation is hopeless?
No.
You can see the light at the end of the tunnel because your husband's coming back.
I know, 1 more week.
Woohoo! Do you think that most people are better off than you are? No.
No.
And you can definitely tell the answers from this one are much more positive than they were here. You didn't even feel happy most of the time. That was a negative. And now you're happy. You have a support system. You have people to go to. You're satisfied. You have things to look forward to now instead of just feeling like it's weeks and weeks away. You have that little boy.
Yep, that little boy.
And over the course of the time, you've done your group therapy, which you will be still doing.
Mm-hmm.
You've done sessions with me, which have helped get out things. You were doing visitation with your son because your mother was keeping custody of him. Now you have full custody back of him. And you Skyped once a week when all possible with your husband while he was deployed. So, of course, the Skyping will not continue anymore just because he will be here. You'll have your support from your mother still. Mm-hmm. You won't have to do visitation with your son anymore because he's here.
Yep.
You will still be going to the group therapy sessions for the next, month to 2 months. That way you have someone there. You can even take your husband or your son with you.
That's what I was
to
going to
those
ask.
sessions because they are scheduled for people that are within the military and that that support group. So
Okay.
he could even go to those.
That would be good.
And then we have reviewed all of the work together and evaluated the process that we've made, but we haven't shared our feelings about ending this relationship. And as I realize that this is our final meeting together, I'm touched by so many things and have come to terms that you're going to be leaving me.
Yeah.
And that's just, it's kind of contradicting my emotions because I've loved working with your family and seeing this little boy every week. And on the other hand, I'm glad that you're getting your life back, your husband's back. I've just been able to see all of the progress that you've went from being in a dark place to now even better than what you were before.
Yeah.
Could you share some of your feelings about our ending?
Well, it's kind of bittersweet. There's part of me that is going to miss it because you have been a great support and a great friend to me and my family. However, it is to the point that I am ready to go forward beyond that, you know. Like you said, I have a great mom that is helping me a lot. My husband's coming home in a week, and I'm ecstatic about that. And then, of course, this little guy keeps me hopping and having a great life. So it's bittersweet. I'll be missing you because we have grew as friends, but it's good. It's been a great journey.
And I think it has too. Well, it is time to say goodbye for me to you, to this little fella. So could you wave bye to me? Could you say bye?
Say bye-bye. Here. Go bye-bye. Go bye-bye.
Bye. You all are leaving now. Thank you. It's great having you.
Thank you.
And it has been a pleasure for me to work with you and your family and all.
Thank you.
Thank you.